Happy New Year! Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monique Maclean and today we are going to talk about weaning. So what is weaning? Weaning, this is a process where a mother, a parent introduces solids into the diet of a child, and usually this is after exclusive breastfeeding. Now remember that it is advisable that every parent should ensure exclusive breastfeeding for their child for 6 months actually, and this is because the body has not developed enough to be able to take nutrients from other types of foods, and also the immunity is quite low. Actually, when babies are born, they do not have immunity, so when you introduce other forms of feeding, you also have you introduce chances of this child getting infection from bacteria. But breast milk is usually sterile, apart from, yes, actually it is, so that is why it is the best food for your child before the age of 6 months. So in case a mother is not able to have adequate milk, instead of adding maybe porridge and other things, then you can consider buying formula. Okay, so it is not to say that if a mother does not have adequate milk, then this child is not going to exclusive breastfeed. No, actually I feel like exclusive breastfeeding should be defined to include both breast milk and formula milk, because both of those are important and they're designed in a way that a child's body is able to take in the nutrients, and it also sterile. All right, so that is what we mean by weaning, and it starts after 6 months. So guys, Aki, forgive me, I feel like I'm not sounding so good in this video. It's been how many months since I made a video, so I'm feeling awkward-ish. But don't worry, I'll get the hang of it. You know, with these things you have to do it once, twice, thrice, and then you get used to it. But I feel like I've relaxed a little. I've relaxed a little bit. Okay, so just so that is what we refer to as weaning. Okay, so your child is now 6 months, and now you're wondering, okay, so what do I do? Where do I start from? Number one, you start from buying new utensils for your child. But honestly, you don't have to buy new utensils. If that's not within your budget, you can just set aside a few of the utensils that you're using in the house. You can just set aside a small sufuria, a small plate, and a small spoon. But if you're able to, please buy separate utensils. You can set aside maybe something to be washing those utensils in, or you can buy just a small basin. The importance of separating the utensils from the other people and the infant is to minimize the chances of cross infections, because you see, maybe if you have other children, they are probably eating that from outside, they could be having amoeba, and we've said that this child is still very, what is this word, vulnerable to infections, and the immunity has not really built up. Okay, so that is the first thing that you do: buy utensils or set some aside. And then the next thing you want to do is that you need to maybe have a menu for your child. But essentially, okay, this is what the nutritionist that I visited told me. You're supposed to start your baby with starches and vegetables only for the first 1 month. The baby does not take anything else. Starches and vegetables. So you can use matoke, you can use potatoes, arrowroots, sweet potatoes. Pumpkins are usually put in the category of vegetables, so you can take, those are the starches. You can even have rice. Actually, I had this baby rice in the supermarket. Did you guys know that? Me, I didn't know. Actually, I'm thinking I need to go and buy baby rice. It sounds so fancy. But anyway, so currently me, I'm just using the kawaida rice, and then I overcook, all right? And then I mash it. So, and then there's ugali. Ugali is also a starch. So there's so many starches. Then you can use vegetables such as spinach, sukuma wiki. But sukuma wikis are said to be a bit acidic. But this child, I mean, you can give the baby sukuma wiki, pumpkin leaves, dania, courgette, hoho. Okay, hoho is green pepper. Actually, all the bell peppers, just add them. So, and then when you're preparing baby's food, it's supposed to be nice and yummy. So you're supposed to fry it. You're supposed to add a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt to taste, and then you can even put you can put oil, onions, tomatoes, and then you cook whatever you're cooking. Do not forget to add some water. What is the importance of having water in the baby's food, both water and oil, is because you have vitamins and minerals which are either water soluble or fat soluble. So if you steam or if you boil baby's milk without putting the oils, then they are going to lack some vitamins which are actually only soluble in fats. Okay, so yeah, that is basic science from class 4, Amando class 6. So there is usually water and fat soluble vitamins, and for you, this baby, to be able to get those nutrients, then that means the food must have oil and the food must have water. The only thing you need to do is to regulate the amount of oil that this child needs, and then just do not shy from giving them a lot of starch, by the way. You know, actually, so my daughter was telling me that at school they were being told that they're supposed to have a little bit of starch, more proteins, and more vegetables. That is a lie. That diet only applies to someone who wants to reduce their weight or manage their weight. But for babies and adolescents, they need a lot of starch. They are growing, and then the activity level is up there, so they need a lot of starch. They don't need a lot of proteins and vitamins. At this point, they need a lot of starch, then a little bit of proteins, and a little bit of the vitamins. So please do not shy from giving them a lot of starches. And then they're supposed to have 3 meals in a day. That is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. In between, you can give them milk, because remember, we are not stopping, we are not supplementing, we are complementing the breast milk or the formula milk, whichever it is, but not cow's milk. Cow's milk is not recommended until the child is over 1 year. Okay, so do not concentrate on giving this child food and you forget the milk, apana, because at this point they are taking their nutrients, 50% of it from the food and 50% of it from the milk. So please, and I'm insisting, there's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then in between, ensure that your child gets the milk. Okay, and then when you're doing your meal plan, remember to start the morning with something light, such as porridge or Cerelac, so that it can act as an appetizer. It also helps to widen the tummy of the baby, and it's light, so that means it's going to be digested easily. So this builds a good platform for this child to be able to take more food in the course of the day. But if you give them something like food in the morning, then they're going to, it's digested slowly, yeah? So that means they're going to be full for longer, and as a result, they're not going to want to eat as much as you would want them to. So please remember to start the day with a light feed, and then you're going to make it heavier as the day goes by. But also at night, ensure that it's a little bit light so that they can sleep comfortably. Please do not forget, this is something I wanted to tell you. Ensure that you're also giving your child water, because when you are exclusive breastfeeding, this child was not being given water, yeah, because all the water they needed was already in the breast milk, and breast milk is so easy to digest. But now you've introduced the solids, so you need more water. But also remember that this child's body is so small, so when you're taking 8 glasses of water, this child needs like 30 mils of water. Okay, milliliters. I think so. They just need a little bit of it, so you can give them like using a spoon, or maybe their feeding bottle. You can give them maybe 10 meals in the morning, another 10 meals after lunch or before lunch, 30 minutes before or after a feed, and then in the evening. So because when you give them a lot of water, at the end of the day, you're making them feel full, so that is going to compensate their feeding. Okay, so you give them a lot of water, then they're going to feed less. Right, so that is 6 to 7 months. Concentrate on giving them starches and vegetables. Then 8 to 9 months, then that is the time you start introducing proteins. But in this case, you're only going to introduce plant proteins. Plant-based proteins are like the cereals, yeah, the beans, the green grams, all types of cereals. It is safe for you to introduce. Please do not forget to pre-soak the cereals, because they can have a lot of gases, yeah. So when you pre-soak them, you make it better for the child, and then you are less likely to deal with colic afterwards. And then after 9 months, you can start introducing animal proteins, that is the fish and stuff. But you can introduce eggs a little bit earlier, although it is usually advisable for you to introduce animal proteins after 9 months. Now guys, then after 10 months you cannot start introducing cow's milk, but you're going to start diluting the milk so that you're able to reduce the power. Okay guys, but please also, if you're able to stay away from cow's milk, please do. It is not the healthiest, and actually it is the cause of a lot of allergies that these children develop. I am going to make another video telling you about why you need to keep away from milk. I know traditionally we think that for a baby to be healthy they have to be given a lot of milk. That's a lie. After 6 months this baby just needs your milk or the formula milk and the food that you're going to give them. If you have any question, please ask me in the comment section, and then if you have something to add, maybe something to clarify, you're also welcome. Until next time, I really enjoyed making this video. Let us bring our babies together. I know, you know, I really remember when I was a first-time mom, I didn't know where to start. Oh, and then another thing, you don't have to give your child like 1 spoon, 2 spoons. I know that is what the nutritionists tell you, but let the feeding be baby-led. The baby is going to tell you, I do not want to eat. They're going to refuse, okay? Or they're going to start turning their head. So just watch the cues from the baby. If the baby wants to continue eating, by all means, let them eat. However, you must be careful. If you give them a lot of food and then you don't know if they're going to deal with constipations, then you're going to have a hard time and the baby is going to suffer. That's why most of the times you are encouraged to start with like 3 spoons, 4 spoons. Yep. But mostly I'm going from my experience with 2 babies now, let the feeding be baby led. Thank you. Please do not forget to subscribe, hit on the notification bell, and please like this video. If you have come up to this far, that means you like the video. All right, so please like it. It goes a long way in supporting my channel. Thank you so much.